do Billy the Kid and Winnie the Pooh have in common?
Thank you very much. Okay,
Sorry. They have the same middle name.
Billy the Kid.
What do you call a missing parrot?
A budgie?
A polygon. Did you hear about the cat who swallowed a ball of yarn? She had mittens.
I like that one actually. I still don't get the second one.
Oh, good.
Polygon, like polygon, polygon. All right.
Like what?
Stat of the week. In case you're wondering, and I know our lovely Julie is wondering where the hell is the new finance manager, well, I'm trying to get through 36 resumes.
Wow. Yay.
It's a lot of reading, so I'm trying to cut that down to the short list. And Simone's going to help me, but I'm working on it. But I wasn't expecting quite the response.
That's good.
That is good. People want to work for the BBB. How fantastic is that? Okay, HR KSARs. KSARs, knowledge, skills,
Avocados.
avocados, and
Requirements.
rubber balls. You will be receiving an email from Sherry tomorrow to respond to her email via your soft copy, an electronic copy. So for those that do not have a soft copy, just come and see us. We'll figure a workaround. But if you guys wouldn't mind to respond to her by the end of tomorrow, if you're here, that would be great. And so she's going to amass them all. So that would be great. Reminder, social club names sign up by Friday. I've had 2 people email saying that they want to be on the Fantastic Social Committee. It's a pretty small committee. I only had 2 names. So unless you sent me an
Julie not supposed
email,
to email you?
Yeah, we forgot to email you.
I received 2 yes, you have to.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
This is the whole new social committee.
Alright.
So that looks like I'm going to get 2 more, so that would be a social committee of
This is
4
an
maybe.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't want to be on the social
This is
committee.
an opportunity to resign.
Well, no, we decided.
Which is not wrong.
In the past, people have been forced to stay on.
no,
Those people I think have already
We
resigned.
said at the staff meeting that the social committee was defunct,
They-
and we were going to
they
start all over
resigned a
again,
while ago.
and we would announce at the next fireside on Tuesday who's actually the social committee. All right.
Partay.
Do we have a DR update?
We're awesome.
Yeah.
Great.
All right.
Oh yeah, yeah, I've got something.
Jen just has some
So
points.
this is for everyone who
Great.
helps deliver our complaints via fax. And I know we get tons of faxes, and I know a lot comes in that fax machine. So a couple things. First off, please don't staple anything coming to the DR counselors, because we have to scan everything, so we have to remove the staple to do that. And secondly, sometimes we don't know if a complaint is for an accredited business or a non-accredited business, and of course I handle the accredited, the other counselors handle different ones. So if you don't have time to check the computer to find out if they're accredited, could you please put them in my inbox, because I check my inbox daily. So I will make sure that it gets distributed to the proper counselor, because I try to get to them within a week for accredited businesses, whereas our non-AV complaints can take 2 to 6 weeks. So sometimes I'm not getting those complaints until like a month's gone by. So yeah, just send them my way if you don't have time to check.
And
Great.
the stapling thing goes for apps too. Don't staple.
Oh, perfect.
Don't staple things.
No staples.
No staples.
No
I
staples.
use paper clips whenever possible.
Just take the stapler
lost
away
my
from the
stapler.
fax.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Jen. Okay, and we have a little bit of a health and safety announcement. We have Rosemary, who has some allergies that we all need to be aware of. And in the event that she has, what is it, an attack? An allergic reaction, thank you. We need to be notified that there is what? Could you share the details?
Yes, I'm allergic to ASA, which is acetaminophen, whatever it is, aspirin basically. So I cannot take aspirin. I carry my own Tylenol extra strength. And I also have allergies. I'm allergic to all seafood, including sea salt, anything to do with seafood. I can be around it, I just can't eat it. If I eat it, my throat closes up and I go to emerge. And that's it. Now, this is my suitcase. My girlfriend figures that my EpiPen didn't fit properly in my purse, so she got me a huge one for Christmas. In the back, there's a lower compartment. Right here is all the information, my doctor's information, the list, and how to use the twin jet. It's called a twin jet because it's got 2 pins. Because apparently now they say that 1 pin isn't long enough. in case that the ambulance can't arrive in time. The first one will say, number 1, you stab it in my thigh. Can everybody see that? Okay. Once that goes in, then it will turn, and then you take this cap off, and this is injected. Number 2, it can go in the same area of the thigh, but it can't go in the same spot as the other one. And then you call 911, and hopefully I'll make it there in time.
That's for the seafood, right?
It's all seafood
Okay.
and, yeah,
Okay. Aspirin.
and aspirin.
And aspirin.
Yeah.
So either aspirin or the seafood.
Basically, it's
Okay.
more seafood. It's more
Okay.
food allergy.
Okay. So if you're health and safety first aid certified, just again double check with Rosemary again, just because you would be the ones probably administering that.
And on my medical alert bracelet, it has all the information. And in my telephone book and my memo pad, my calendar, it has all the medication I take and all my allergies listed from A to Z.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks.
Here's to us not ever having to use that useful information.
Yes.
Okay.
I am a pro with an everything.
All right.
Just, I've used an
I
everything a couple times. So.
I have a couple of kudos. I didn't want to wait till the next quarterly meeting, because we're going to have kudos, so I have 2 kudos. One is, there was a lengthy conversation with a AB at our fantastic seminar. They've been accredited since 2009, and it was the first time they had attended a BB event or looked to maximize their BBB relationship, and they stated that they spoke with the BBB staff and found them to be informative and helpful. They further stated that she and her husband will definitely attend future BBB events. And then as well, Gwen took the opportunity to follow the seminar to meet with them, and then specifically reinforced internet marketing opportunity with the SES program. And as a result, it looks like they're going to sign up for SES too.
Right.
Yay! Way to go!
Julian loves you.
So that is fantastic. So good for everybody involved in the retention practices. So I think that's great. And then another high five. This is around the communications team. I was on the Canadian Regional CEO conference call. We do it every month. And Spencer Nimmin, who looks after us nationally on a number of things, was at the Fraud Prevention Bureau, I think in Ottawa, with Diane, who's the CEO of Ottawa, and they got, at this big meeting that they were there from Pierre Leduc, who is in the Commissionaire's office, I think, or do you know who his name is?
Yeah, it sounds like a
Anyways, he's a
Bureau
mucky
guy.
muck way up there.
Know your name.
We got a big high five, and they specifically called out the BBB in Vancouver, BC mainland, for having great media coverage that went national around our top 10 scouts. So we're a little famous.
All my fans.
All right. So that is happy news around the communications update, but we have some unhappy news around the communications update. So I'm going to give it over to Joanna, and then once she chats to you, then I will take back and we'll close the meeting.
Thank you. Well, we're pretty happy news. I would just like to say that after over 6.5 years with the BBB, it's time for me to move on. So I've resigned as of last week. My last day is on the 15th, and I am moving on to another organization, and very excited about it. I won't bore you with the details, so if you want to chat about that, I'd be happy to. But it's been an absolute pleasure working with you all. I've learned a lot from you guys. I will miss you. I will be working very close, so any lunch, happy hours, invite me. I would love to see you all, so that's it.
And I'm sure everybody wants to know, can you tell us where you're going and what you are going to be doing?
Yes, I can certainly do so. I will be with the Arthritis Society. I will be their manager of education and services, and so it's going back to my roots of standing in front of the crowd and informing them of much needed information that they can use to better their livelihood and better the lives of those that are impacted by arthritis. So this is a huge learning curve. I know nothing about arthritis, and so I am very thankful of the 2 days I had to prepare for the very intensive interview. But it was very much worth it. I'm very
So of course it is sad when people leave us, but we all have to be really happy for Joanna, and so we're going to make sure that we have a fun week, and we're going to transition a little bit, so we're going to tell you a little bit about what that looks like, but certainly want to recognize that Joanna, after 6.5 years, is certainly going to leave a huge legacy and a lot of stuff in behind her. So when we think about some of the things that we do, even on a regular, everyday, it's a result of creativity and innovation on Joanna's part. So sad to see you go, but we're very happy for your career, and I just hope that when you look back on your time with the BBB, you'll find often that you reflect back on some of the things that you took away from here in your new endeavor and career. So again, wish you much success. Okay, so as far as transition goes, what does that mean? So we are going to certainly look at enhancing the communications team. It's very interesting from a timing perspective because we're in the middle of an organizational design review. So I'm not going to immediately make a decision about what that organizational structure looks like because we're going to work with our HR consultant, and they're obviously going to support because of the timing. But in the inference, we want to make sure that the transition, that our communication team is supported and on track and does whatever it is that you need to do. So as a result, we are going to still tag team for that, but what we're going to do is that sales and marketing really belongs together. So from a day-to-day operational stuff, Simona and myself are going to be here to support you, but the communications team for the interim will report directly into me, and we'll make sure that we meet regularly because you're all very project-based. And same with the sales team, we'll still continue with that. And the accreditation services team will more align into with working with Simone at this moment until we complete our organizational review and sort of put that structure into place. This departure is going to likely cause a speed up of some hiring and things like that normally that we wouldn't do because I'm still in the middle of hiring a finance manager, and that role is going to be specific living for. So that is not going to change the overall organizational review of what that looks like. So just wanted to let you know. So if you have any fears, certainly come talk to us, and we're going to be spending tomorrow morning going through a fun, exhaustive exercise with Joanna. Simone and I, we're going to be locked up in your office, I think is probably the best thing to do. And we're going to do what you call as a knowledge transfer exercise. And so there's some tools as an old HR thing to talk a little bit about what's up here and what we need to do, but as well to really understand how we can best support you guys through this transition. So we're all in this together, and it's going to be sad, but it's going to be okay. So, okay. Any questions? No? Okay, so I'm going to send, in light of, because the fireside chat doesn't really go out till tomorrow, I'll send an email to the sales team and to Ryan and Gus, just informing them of Joanna's announcement, and we certainly invite them to contact her and wish her well as well. Okay. Does that works for you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. All right, well everybody have
Ring the bell.
Oh, and we're going to ring the bell,
Because we have
guys!
a sale. I'm gonna ring the bell.
Yay!
All right.
My new AB got their wings, so thanks everybody, and you guys have a great day.
A&E Automotive. Langley, BC.